Have you ever heard the word Kalibunan in a spooky Filipino story and wondered what kind of monster it is? Well, let me tell you, it's not a creature at all, but it's the reason so many of those scary stories exist. Today, we're diving deep into the heart of the Philippine wilderness to uncover the true meaning of Kalibunan and why it is the perfect setting for some of the most terrifying tales in Southeast Asia. So, what exactly does Kalibunan mean? In the Cebuano language and other related Visayan dialects, Kalibunan simply means wilderness, jungle, or a thick overgrown area. Think of it like the English words thicket or the woods. It's any uncultivated patch of land filled with dense bushes, tall grasses, and towering trees. It's the wild, untamed part of nature that lies just beyond the village or city limits. While it might just be a geographical term, in the context of Philippine folklore, Kalibunan is so much more. It's a stage, a character, and a gateway to another world. In Philippine mythology, the Kalibunan is the natural habitat for a whole host of supernatural beings. It's where the real monsters live. Imagine you're walking along a jungle path as dusk begins to fall. The air grows cool, and strange shadows dance between the trees. This is the world of the Kalibunan. You might smell the sweet scent of tobacco and look up to see a caper, a giant, hairy creature, puffing on a massive cigar while perched on a branch of a giant balit tree. Or, you might hear the thunderous sound of hooves and have to leap out of the way of a tikbalang, the horse-headed trickster that loves to lead travelers astray. The Kalibunan is also home to the Encanto, the spirits or elementals of Philippine folklore. These beings are often described as incredibly beautiful, almost otherworldly, with fair skin and high-bridged noses. They live in magnificent, invisible kingdoms hidden within the wilderness, often inside ancient trees or strange rock formations. While some Encanto are benevolent, others can be malicious. They might fall in love with a human and spirit them away to their realm, never to be seen again, or they might curse someone who disrespects their home by cutting down a tree or littering in the forest. So, if you're ever in the Philippines and feel a sudden, unexplainable attraction to a beautiful stranger in the woods, you might want to think twice. And of course, we can't talk about the spooky side of the Kalibunan without mentioning the Aswang. This is a broad term for various types of ghouls, witches, and shapeshifters, and many of them use the wilderness as their hunting ground. Creatures like the awig, a type of ghoul that follows pregnant women, or the dreaded man, which can split its body in half and fly through the night with its bat-like wings, are said to lurk in the darkness of the Kalibunan. They hide among the trees during the day and emerge at night to prey on unsuspecting villagers. The dense foliage provides the perfect cover for these nocturnal horrors, making the Kalibunan a place of immense fear after sundown. But why is the jungle, or the Kalibunan, such a potent symbol of fear in Filipino culture? To understand this, you have to think about what the wilderness represents. For centuries, in small, rural communities, the village was a place of light, safety, and community. It was known and familiar. The Kalibunan, on the other hand, was the great unknown. It was a place where you could easily get lost, where dangerous animals roamed, and where the normal rules of the world didn't seem to apply. It was a physical and psychological border between the world of humans and the world of spirits. Think about it from a practical standpoint. In a dense, tropical jungle, your senses can easily play tricks on you. The rustling of leaves could be the wind, or it could be something creeping up behind you. A strange light in the distance could be a firefly, or it could be the glowing eyes of a supernatural creature. The sounds of the jungle at night, the chirping of insects, the calls of nocturnal birds, the snap of a twig can create an incredibly eerie atmosphere. Every strange sound or unexplained phenomenon could be attributed to the supernatural. People who disappeared into the Kalibunan were often said to have been taken by spirits or led astray by a mischievous tikbalang. This deep-seated cultural association has been passed down through generations of storytelling. These stories served a purpose. They were cautionary tales that taught people to be respectful of nature, to not wander off alone, and to be home before dark. Telling a child a story about a caper in a big tree was a much more effective way of keeping them from climbing it and potentially falling than just saying, "Do you climb that tree?" The stories reinforced community boundaries and a healthy respect for the powerful, untamable forces of the natural world. So, while Kalibunan itself isn't a monster, it is the monster's lair. It's the place where the veil between our world and the spirit world is at its thinnest. It's a place of mystery, danger, and enchantment, all rolled into one. The fear of the Kalibunan is really the fear of the unknown, a primal fear that resonates with people all over the world. The next time you watch a Filipino horror movie or read a scary story, and they mention something happening in the Kalibunan, you'll know that it's not just a setting. It's a signal that things are about to get very, very strange. It's the perfect, terrifying stage where the rich and vibrant tapestry of Philippine folklore truly comes to life. What are some of the scariest stories you've heard that take place in the woods or the wilderness? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to read them, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into Filipino folklore, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.